Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be taking a look at our day one monthly qualifier games where we faced off against several good teams, including SK Gaming as well. So if you want to watch SK Gaming, it's going to be the second game. The first game is going to be the round 5 game, and then tomorrow I'll put a link to Ark's Twitch in the description below. We'll be playing round 7, 8 and 9. A super intense day, so make sure you're cheering us over on that channel. But before we get into today's video, make sure you're using a creator code. Mine would be greatly appreciated. So without further ado, let's jump into the first games. Alright guys, so jumping into round 5, we're up against Ark's Gaming, which consists of fairly decent players, which I know from a lot of ladder and also in just other tournaments as well. But the bans for this one were Bell, Stu and Max. So as you can see, we've gone for a bit of a safer combo. You see a lot of Cole use it now in the meta. That is one big thing. Well, one big difference about the meta right now is that Cole is so good, especially in gem grab. 8-bit is still kind of strong. I thought 8-bit would slip out of the meta, but we thought 8-bit would just be safe in case they went like some aggro brawlers. Like 8-bit can still hold his lane really well. So what we're doing here, as you can see, I was going more aggro and letting KC collect the gems. Like, honestly, Jin can be secretly a good aggro brawler, especially if we've got the likes of Sprout and other brawlers. I can be sneaky. I'll do like 4.5k damage with 3 shots. It's a lot of damage. I can have 3 shots, so many different brawlers. So as you can see here, I'm just being so aggressive. Like, I'm not really trying to go for kills at all times. I do get a really nice long range max pull there. But you see Casey's already got 8 gems, and it's been so easy for him. Like, me and Tom have just kept aggressive the entire time. They've not even had a chance to contest in mid. Casey with the beams as well in the middle. Like, 8-bit does seem really slow. But still, he has a lot of range, he has a lot of damage, and he's still got his damage turret. So he's still going to be fairly decent in the meta, I believe. So we take down the Sprout as well. So far, so good. Nothing really to worry about at the moment, so just adapting, especially when we see a Sprout. Sprout is going to bully 8-bit, so I have to go on the aggressive, make sure Sprout doesn't get in position. But that's going to be the first game right there. Let's open to the second. Alright guys, jumping into the second game of Gem Grab. So as I said, I'll be showing the SK games after this one. This is round 5, round 6 is SK. So I thought I'd just show a bunch of games today, just to treat you guys basically. So we are using Rico down the right. We kind of felt they'll probably go some sort of aggro. We really didn't want to go to Sprout because basically a lot of the times teams have really been trying to go aggressive brawlers against us and trying to counter us. So we're just kind of being safe with things. Like, we know if an enemy team uses control brawlers, we can still win even if they're hard counters. But when we use aggro, it can be so hard. Like, Sprout would have been terrible against this. So they've gone for a Tara. Really interesting pick from them. I don't know why they really went for the Tara, to be honest. I don't know what we're trying to counter. Probably looking to counter the Cole. Tara is a decent counter to Cole, but there's better options definitely on hard rock mine as well. So they've got some good early pressure here. I'm trying to look for a pull. Obviously, I can't really pull Tara with her gadgets. Like, that's a really risky pull. I'll just pull Rosa here to try and destroy some walls. So you can see how messy it's actually getting. They're constantly on the aggressive, and 8-bit just has so much HP as well. Like, it's really hard to take him down. The majority of the part. He's also got his TPs as well. So you can see here, he's just roaming around mid really freely. So now we're finally get a bit of pressure back ourselves. So looking alright, 6-6. We just got to basically allow them, well, not allow them to push it up again. We're just got to constantly pinch them out like crazy, because if we just leave anyone in behind, it can get really messy. So we're able to get a Rosa down. That's really good. To be honest, I kind of knew he was going to do that, but if anything, I just forced him all the way back. It was just more, if I hit a pull, great. If he TPs, I kind of expected it anyway. So yeah, we only need a couple of gems. So Tom manages to spin out with that one. And just a few more, but it's 8-bit. He's just slowly collecting these gems. It's taken us a while to get this Rosa down, as it does, because she's got so much HP. Tara, she's going to be pushing with the pets as well. So they brought it back. So now we need 2 gems to actually win here. We need like a 3 gem lead. We're going to get this one as well and TP back. So it's got 1 TP left. That's one thing we're going to be thinking in the back of our minds as well. Tom, he uses gadget to collect that one. So really well played from him. Rosa is in behind us, so I'm going to have to spend a little bit of time trying to pinch her out, make sure she's not a problem in the future. So now I think, yeah, they can't equal it, so we know we're in a safe position here as long as we stay alive and we're able to close things off in gem grab there. Let's hop into the next set. Alright guys, jumping into the first game of Siege. So you can see we've brought out the B and Colt. If you watched some competitive gameplay on the channel a week ago or so, we did go over this comp again on some assembly required. So with Max banned, again, probably Jin just really isn't the best, so kind of felt like they were going to go either tanky brawlers or something like that. So B and Colt are just going to be really good down this right hand lane, especially once everything opens up. And the plan was just to leave, just like when Tom used Barley in that comp beforehand. with the B and Cole. Just leave it Cole down the lane that has a bunch of walls. He should be decent down there, as long as we're keeping control here. So they've got a wild combination. Lou, Barley, Mortis. I mean, if you actually think about the brawlers individually and what the purpose is for the combination, like, you can kind of understand it. Like Mortis, he probably literally is just to collect the bolts. You got Lou for defense, Barley to deal damage. Like, it makes sense in that part, but altogether, I don't think it's a good combination at all, because it just doesn't have a lot of actual synergy in the game, and it's really hard for him to pick up bolts for the majority of the part, especially if you open it up as well. And Mortis altogether, like, you really have to get every single robot with Mortis. Like, he can be good. He actually is decent on Factory Rush. I've seen some scrims of him in play there, because he can basically secure you that first robot, getting that first bolt. He can beat Cole to that first bolt. That's why Mortis is actually a bit more prevalent in the Siege meta than before. But anyways, yeah, we managed to get that tie around him. We know we can do so much damage, like, especially now Casey broke the walls, so Lou can't get his super on the safe. We know we can't really do a lot of damage. Casey does go down here, but yeah, Tom just wipes the floor with defense, and we're able to get that game. So a bit of a wild combination from these guys. Let's hop into the next game. All right, guys, jumping into the next game of Siege. So we've gone for the Sprout, Cole, BB pick. Honestly, as I said, well, I think I've mentioned before, obviously the balance changes that just came out like 2 days ago. The meta's really fresh, so I've gone for the Sprout. Probably Barley would have been a better option in the mid, but they've gone for a Surge, more than likely to counter the Carl and the BB, which we do struggle to get the first robot there. Do miss like one important shot, which is going to get them the first. Actually, no, that wouldn't have actually mattered, because they got 3 in the end. But anyways, Sprout, honestly, not as good as other throwers on this map, to be honest. I really don't know why we went Sprout. I don't know why I chose Sprout, to be honest. Like a Gene or Body would have been much better, because even the walls that I get don't really block off the robot that well, to be honest. Do get a nice wall in the middle, though. It's really hard for Casey to do too much, especially if they're just keeping their distance against him. So I'm going to be trying to get the Surge down, but Cole gets a nice TP onto me. Casey's going to go against the Surge. Surge does get a nice TP away and somehow gets away with his life. I don't know how he clutched that up. That was such a good play from him. Tom's going to go down, and it's kind of just falling apart. So that one play from the Surge, TPing away, literally, I think, got him like 3 or 4 bolts, and then they keep banking it towards the end as well. So yeah, just not a good combo from us. Still trying to figure out the meta on what works best. So we can just clearly just say that our combo was completely trash inside of this one. So still, it's not really like the end of the world here. We can defend and then still get the last robot. We've got 3 bolts to there too, so still looking okay. We just can't let like a Barley or feed well, just let a Carl go through or anything like that. We've got to keep complete control. So I'm going to block off here. So Sprout was good in that case. Once you get positioning, like, you can use the walls to block off a large portion of the map and gain control. So probably looking likely to get the last robot. Can't even remember whether we got it or not, to be honest. Yeah, we obviously got that for sure. Barley's going to kill the BB though. We've got to try and keep some pressure though. We can't allow these guys to push up at any point in time. We haven't really got a main damage dealer either with the Sprout. Sprout's more of a control brawler, not really a person to get damage on the Ike. Barley has got slow as well, so kind of messing with the BB and the Cole. And yeah, they've just completely shredded that robot. Nothing we can really do with that one. Just an awful comp from us. Let's hop into the next game. All right, guys, so going into the next game. So this is on set point for both teams and match point for us. And what you're about to witness in this game is probably the best siege defense I've ever made. I won't ruin it at the moment, but it's a crazy game. So they've got a bit of a hard counter to us. They've gone for all combination, which, to be honest, just completely wrecks a BB, especially if they can break open the walls and just pin her down. So I think we do manage to get the first robot there, because we went down the left-hand side where the first bolt spawned, and we could just delay it and basically guarantee ourselves to get that round. So I nearly got the bolt from that car there with the pull, but they've already done such a good job breaking up the map. Like, we've only got a few pieces of walls left. So going into this one, we really need to I don't know, somehow keep control. We basically need a miracle at this point, because they've already broken it up so much. We need to keep up some good pressure. Casey's gonna just go down there. So Cole, honestly, like, BB can wreck Cole in some circumstances, but if you waste your knockback and Cole has the spins, Cole's just gonna absolutely destroy BB right there. So I'm missing quite a few shots on this Cole. Tom's got to speed across, get beamed by that Colt there. So these guys are playing really, really well. We're keeping the BB back pretty well. And as I said, BB kind of getting wrecked. Like, as I said, we're not really used to the meta completely. BB has always been one of those brawlers which you can just trust in, but maybe not in this meta. Maybe not with Carl in place. So we manage to get a good defense here. I do decide to pull it out just because KC was dead. We didn't really have a lot of defense left, so I know I can basically get my pull back. My pull's not too important with this combo because I'm not really going to get in range of a lot of them. So going into the last round, we only need a few bolts, so we need to communicate and push together. Tom gets beamed there. KC goes low. Actually, no, it doesn't go too low there. Yeah, so it does eventually go down. I think, to be honest, we should have just all gone left. I think Tom just got absolutely beamed by the B and the Colt. Kind of ruined our push. And then let's just enable them to get all the robots. So at first I thought it was KC going in a little bit too early. Probably was just not all of us going together as a team down the left-hand side. So look at this. 8% left. I get a nice kill on the B. So you can see here, Tom's delaying. I'm going to use my pull to get the robot. I'm going to use the gadget as well. I'm just wasting as much time as possible here. KC goes down. Tom respawns in time to tank the bullets from the Colt. And now it's a race to try and kill everyone who's on the offense. So as you can see here, instead of shooting the robot, I'm going to be shooting the Carl because we just need to keep them all off. And look at that. That is insane. If you guys need to rewatch that because that was honestly insane. I don't think I've defended a siege bot, all of us together, a siege bot as well as that. 8% on a robot like that. That is crazy defense. Best defense I've done in such a long time. That was pretty epic. Let's hop into the next game. All right, guys, jumping into the next game of Siege. So you're allowed to switch combos in the qualifiers even when you draw. So it's very rare that you actually get a draw in games now. The only like mode you get a draw in, which is quite common, is Brawl. In Siege, I hardly ever see draws. So they've gone with a counter comp. Again, that's why they picked Surge last time around to counter this combo. But overall, it looks like Surge is actually a decent combination. So kind of the hints that we've been, well, what we kind of judged off from the last game against Surge. We just don't want to feed him any levels. So I'm just going over the left-hand side. I know Surge in 1v1 is going to absolutely wreck me and basically all of us. So as long as we don't feed him that first level, he's just going to be a free kill for us all the time. So that's kind of thinking with it. So I'm going to slow him here. Make sure I'm not feeding him any levels. Get another 3k shot on the Ike. And we're looking really good here. So the map's open, nice and open. Barley's going to struggle if we keep him back. Casey's been really aggro. This is the kind of way you want to do it, especially with our combo. Like, you want to just keep on fire as they come back from their own zone, making it really hard for them to actually push up. Again, I'll slow it again on the Surge. And we're just wrecking them. Like, there's no chance that can actually stand. With Max banned, I think it's the only time you can really pull out the Colt and B. I would never really go Colt and B when it's Max in play because Max would just straight up kill this combo, especially with like a Gene or something. So we've got the next boss as well. I can use my gadget to tank a shot from the Surge and we'd be able to take him down. So we really need that bolt, to be honest. We don't want them to get the 2-bolt lead. So we're just keeping our distance, making sure they can't pick it up. Surge, he's going to TP and get his level finally. So it took Surge a minute and a half just to get his second level. And the third level is only going to be the scary part. But we're able to take it down. They haven't really got any good defense. So we're able to win overall 2-0 in sets. Let's hop into the games against SK. Right, guys, so jumping into the round 6 against SK Gaming. So on paper, SK Gaming are the strongest team. They've won the 2 monthly finals. They're winning a lot against their bigger teams. So up against our former teammate Semantic, it's always going to be a tough ask. These guys have such amazing synergy. But anyway, the bans are Byron and Sprout. These are the bans that basically SK run all the time. And we banned Bell and Stu. So you've seen this combo from SK. We didn't really expect them to go to Ems. Maybe they thought would go like Poco and like some aggro. So everyone really tends to go. There's either like 2 combinations that people go in this map. It's either a Gene and Ruffs on the left-hand side and then like an Amber or a Jesse down the right-hand side, down the aggressive. Or they run this Gene Max Jesse combination. It's just so good overall for pressure. So Casey goes down there, but we managed to get Semantic off. They're going really aggressive, but I get a nice gadget here and I get the pull to confirm the kill. I just want Jetting off there straight away. I don't want to waste any time. I don't care if I use the pull to get him off because I know I'm just going to get that eventually in the long run. We just want the kill. So they've got good pressure. This is one thing they did really well, which for sure I'm going to take notes of as well in this game. They didn't really care too much about their zone because they know they can eventually get that. They want our zone. They want blood. They're pushing like crazy here. So we've got to be really careful in case they collapse on us. So Sky does pull me there, which is a nice pull. But I kind of had a feeling that he wasn't going to be able to confirm the kill unless like Semantic shot some shots to get me down. So their attack kind of falls apart here. with that pull. KC speeds off down that way. I'll get the pull on Semantic. And now it's kind of flipped. Now we're going to go aggressive on their lane. We're still quite wary that they still need to collect their lane. Sky's got a pull here, so I'm looking to try and pinch with KC. Nice kill there. Jetten with a speed. I just realized how many speeds Jetten gets. He's kind of crazy on the max. Like, you don't see him doing necessarily like all of these fancy like plays in Brawl or whatever, but with Jetten, he's one of the best maxes in the world. He's always cycling his max speeds so well, and that's one thing he does a lot better than other people's maxes. So again, he's got the speed. It's going to be so vital in the team play to cycle those max supers. And again, they just pounce on Tom straight away. This is what they look to do to get the max speed, all go together and just sprint down the lane. So managed to take down Semantic pretty well right there. Tom is really low as well. Nice dodge from KC. Probably a bit rush from Sky that time around. Jetten's going to go down as well. So I'm going to push on the right-hand lane. I'll get a pull on Sky. Now, I'm not going to be able to get the kill, but I'm going to get him really low, which is going to be good for us to push back. Semantic is getting pinched in the grass here, which is unfortunate for him. Tom gets his super behind there. Semantic's really low here. So as long as we're keeping the pressure up, only like 15 seconds left. We're up like 7%. So we need to play as aggressive as possible. I hit another pull and we're able to close off the game right there. So starting off really strong. Some nice team play from us. M's not really the strongest pick on this map specifically. Let's hop into the next game. All right, guys, jumping into the second game of parallel plays. So I think they've gone with the mirror here. Yeah, they've gone for the mirror comp. So as I said, this is a combination that these guys like to use as well. So as you can see, Max is actually going down the aggressive lane. So we point this one out after the game. In fact, the Max was just going a little bit more aggro, because at first max speed is basically going to get on all the pressure. So Jesse also hits some shots as well. He's going to go pretty low. Tom's getting chipped from the lane. So it's all kind of just about position here. But then again, we've got the max speed and we just pounce on him here. So Semantic's going to go down. I'm pretty weak. So a bit of a messy start. So the way they like to play parallel plays, it's really different to all the different hot zone, well, all the other hot zone maps, because a lot of the times you want to get that defensive lane at first, but they try and push up a lot of the times. Like when they get that max speed, when they know they can push together as a team, they just go for it. So that's one thing we've realized as well. It's really hard for a Jesse turret, well, to get that Jesse turret down once it's over here. So I'm just going to focus some shots on here. I didn't really need to use gadget here. I do hit the wall instead of a Jesse turret there. We've got a max speed as well, but I can't really use my pull or get any pressure with that speed. So a bit of a waste that time around. Casey's getting tapped by Semantic here, getting pretty low. I'm going to look for the pull on Skyrix here, I think. Yeah, I do get the pull, but we both pull each other. And the Jesse turret is just going to destroy me. So they've definitely made a hold of their max speeds a lot more and just push together as a team. And as I said, like, as I'm watching these games, you always learn kind of what you can improve on, whatever else, especially with a team like SK Gaming. Like, for sure, it's never, ever a disgrace to like lose sets or lose games against this team. Like this team, I've already said these guys are so good. But anyways, we do get some good pressure with a max speed of our own. So we're getting some good percentage back. 1 minute 20 left. So we're on the front foot here. We've got to be careful of this Gene pull. I'm looking to try and get Semantic over here. Sky gets a nice pull over there. We're grouping up a little bit too much against the Jesse. Jesse's going to get turret at a perfect time, being able to take down KC. And although we are up in 5%, they're in a really good position here. So we've got the max speed, we've got the Gene pull. You can see here, Jetten just speeds himself up and just lasers a Tom. But KC responds with his own speed here. I'll get a nice max range pull on Sky. And we're able to retaliate. So only 1% actually up here. To be honest, I feel like we played this a little bit too passively. Like 40 seconds left. It's really hard to hold on to a 1% lead. So Jetten's going to be going really aggro here. To be honest, probably should have switched it around with like how we're doing things. Maybe send like one person down the left, the defensive side. So here's where it kind of went wrong. We overextended on their side of things. Like Jetten and Sky were really weak. Like 100% we should probably try and finish off the kills. But we could have gone over to the right-hand side and secured a lot more time, especially with them both being weak. If we would have 1v3'd at Semantic down that right-hand lane, or 3v1 Semantic down that right-hand lane, we would have won it. So unfortunately, they get back into the game at the last few seconds. So that is the major mistake we made again. So we're playing really well. We're just not making the right decisions when it matters. Like as a team, that was definitely where we went wrong. None of us really called out to go down that right-hand lane to take down Semantic, but they're going to be able to take that hot zone game right there. Let's hop into the next game. All right, guys, jumping into the last game of hot zone. So this is set point for both teams. So again, we've picked the same combination, which probably, to be honest, just from the get-go, we shouldn't have done. You should never really go the same combo 3 times around, even if it's the best comp. There's always a counter to it. There's always a counter to a comp. So this right here is 100% a counter because they've just got so many heals, especially a good counter to Gene. It's nothing that I can really do in the first interaction anyway. So I'm going to get a nice pull on Jet and max range pull here. I know I'm not going to be able to take him down because he's got heal, but I know I'm going to be able to cycle pull in time and I get another pull on him. So I'm popping off at that moment. I've got 2 nice pulls. We need to focus on the Poco because that's where it really lies. Like BB's going to be too hard for him us to take him down. So right here, you can see the battle going on with Casey and Semantic and the right-hand lane. I'm going to focus, well, try and get my super off of Sky here. He's going to be really low, but as you can see, we're doing a good job. I'm going to knock him back as well, and that's going to be basically Sky dead. So we kind of survived the first onslaught. Like, that could have gone a lot worse, to be honest. That should have gone a lot worse because that combo is really, really good. I get the pull on Semantic here, but I've got no knockbacks. I don't know why I used knockback right there because now I haven't got any knockbacks to fight me off against like a Carl spinning or BB. So I used them really early, but kind of, I don't know, it was hard. It was a hard situation for sure. So we get the slow on Jetson as well. He's probably going to take down Tom. Yes, he does. Casey's going to get the kill as well. So right here, probably, I don't know, Casey was really low. I was going to say we could have maybe gone on the Cole. Tom goes over to the right-hand side. Maybe after we collected that zone, I should have gone over to the Cole. So I get a pull on Jetson here. Again, I need to focus my pulls on the Poco. Get a pull on Sky as well, which is going to be really, really clutch because now he's really weak. And basically, the Jesse turret is going to be able to take him down. So even though I didn't get a kill on the BB there, I had no ammo. Just that pull alone basically kept us in the game. It would have been so hard to actually pinch him off. Tom with a more aggro super here. Sky's doing a good job of just being annoying, just staying alive in that bush. So Jet's going to be going aggro here. Semantic's going to be going in. So we do get the kill on the BB there. KC goes really low. So I'm going to try and get Semantic down here. Does manage to get in a good position where I can't really get him down. I'm too weak. He's going to take me down quite comfortably here. So I've got a Poco heals as well. This is a tough spot to be in. A really tough spot to be in, especially against this combo. So I'm working to get my pull here. Casey's got the speed. This guy's just been really annoying as well. So I think I go for the pull here on Semantic. I can't actually remember. Oh no, I get a pull on Jetson. So he's got the heal. He's just going to heal straight away, unfortunately. And not much time left. It's going to be really hard. Casey does lag. And to be honest, if he didn't lag, we could have maybe came back there. I don't know, because Tom gets taken down as well. It's kind of hard to say. But to be honest, they had a better comp. They played it really smart as well. They just wasted so much time just staying alive for such a long time. So they take the first set right there. Let's hop into the next game. All right, guys. So now moving on to Brawl Super Stadium. So to be honest, we never really run Jesse on this map, but we really thought they were going to go like Poco double tank, and Jesse's just a solid mid overall, but they've gone with the Gene, Max and M's combination. We didn't really think they would run this combo, but it's actually really good. Gene and Max just good against everything, but obviously with a new meta, Carl is just good everywhere right now. But with M's, secretly M's actually is a really good brawler against Carl, and the main reason for this is because of M's knockback. Like Gene, well, Carl can't go aggro on either Gene or M's because both of these brawlers have, well, combined 6 knockbacks. And a lot of people I was seeing in the chat on Twitch anyways when I was watching these games were saying, well, M's, like, shouldn't Carl just reckon M's? Like, to be honest, you might think that, but with the knockbacks, it can be really toxic. Basically, Carl can never use his super against these two brawlers. Even though Tom does get the kill right there, I think Semantic probably just wanted to save his gadgets. So we do get a good chance to score here. I'm going to be going for the risky goal here. I know I can just about go for the opportunity to score there and manage to squeeze it in, but that's a really hard situation for Semantic to be in. It looks like it's a easy save for him, but to be honest, as I said, it's a really hard choice. So Casey gets pulled here, does go down, but he has got Bear on respawn. So with 1 minute left, we are looking good. As I said, like in any of these games, like unless you're just a complete hater of Tribe or any of us, you cannot say for sure that we got dominated. Like every single game we played was so close. None of these games we got completely swiped out of the park. Like you've seen how close those hot zone games were. Literally fine margins, narrowly losing some of those games. And then on this one, 50 seconds left, we're looking pretty good. So the main point for me was that we just got melted a little bit too much. We got forced back too quickly here. So Casey gets pulled again. It's always going to be an easy pull for Gene on any 3 of us. But Tom is really low. He's going to go down. There's basically no way we're going to be able to stop that there. So we just probably invite too much pressure on us early doors there. Maybe we shouldn't have cornered the ball, or maybe should have done something different because that just wasn't it, unfortunately. But that was a cool VAP we made. But anyways, 20 seconds left. Not looking the best here. Jesse isn't good against like Gene or Max. Just basically gets countered too much. But I've done a decent job in mid so far, I would say. Myself, I'm just going to use the slow on Ems here. I didn't really want him to get the positioning on me, especially going into overtime. But unfortunately, they will have supers. Max probably used super a bit too early there. But anyways, Sky's going to get an easy pull again on KC. Like a Max, speed, and a Gene pull on all three of our brawlers. It's so easy to get every single time. So Sky's playing a really good Gene though. In this situation, we are kind of all screwed. They've just got a better overtime comp by a mile, and we're going to be able to win it there. So yeah, again, probably small, narrow margins, which honestly, we should have closed off on our end, but that's going to be the first Brawl game. Let's hop into the next one. All right, guys, jumping into the next game at Brawl. So they stuck with the same combo, as I said. We've not really scrimmed these maps like a ton, so we don't really know what these teams like to go, but Gene, Max, and Ems, not really a combo that we've seen a lot in a small amount of time we got to practice. But we do see a lot of Gene Max anyways, just literally everywhere because it's so good. The Ems and Nita lane. It's going to be really good for the Ems if you can get the knockback on the Nita, which he actually does. But with the max speeds, like we think that Barley can counter an Ems, but they just consistently just swap matchups here. But to be honest, maybe we should have just stuck the Barley on the max. I know it's not really a good matchup for Tom. But what we realized after, like, Nita's really hard to face off against Max because, especially if Jetten's got positioning, Jetten's just going to constantly get speeds over and over again. That's just going to be really big trouble for us. And Nita's just only really good against, like, tanks. Nita's only good against, like, I don't even, like, non-tanky brawlers, just not really the best option. So I'm going to get a nice shot on Jetten, but we're kind of, like, it's kind of inevitable these guys are going to get some good pressure. So a max speed with an Ems super, with a Gene pool, it's basically guaranteed gold. There's nothing we can do. Doesn't matter how well we play, unless I pop off and like get like 3 like shots in a row on like the Gene or something like that. There's no way we're going to be able to stop that. So nice, well, not really nice team play from those guys to combine the 3 supers. And if you know anything about like an M speeded up with super, you've got a slow, you've got so much damage, especially if you're using hype as well. You're going to be healing as well. It's just a really good combo. So I nearly managed to squeeze this in here. Jetten surviving on 200 HP. I thought I could actually managed to get the kill there. Unfortunately not able to do just that. Semantic goes for the shot, doesn't actually get it in. So now we're on the back foot here. So we haven't really had the opportunity to score because they've just been playing it so well. Like Jetten's always had a speed. I've hardly ever found the moment where we're in a good position and Jetten doesn't have speed. So it's going to take a lot of momentum off us. Semantic gets the pinch on me. Don't think we actually get Semantic down here, but it takes us a while to get him down. But 20 seconds left, still got a little bit of time to come back here. Sky gets a nice pull as well, so he's playing well. There's like no pulls that Sky's missing at all. One of the best Genes in the world for sure. So yeah, not really much we can do in this scenario. So unfortunately, we do lose to SK. So other than that game, I think every single game we played was so close. Like either team could have won, but as always with SK, they just know how to close games out, and that's what most of the time is going to make the better team. So although some close games, definitely GG's. These guys have been playing really well. They also beat EXO, which is YDE's team and Curse's team. And they also beat Blood Diamond as well. So they beat some great teams already. So yeah, going into tomorrow, basically what this means is that I think 6 teams go 8-1, if I'm correct. Yeah, 6 teams go 8-1. 1 team goes 9-0, and then there'll be 1 team that has a record of 7-2, and there'll be a big tiebreaker for that. So basically, we're only allowed to lose 1 more game as we're out for the next monthly finals. So as I said, if you guys want to cheer us on, I'll put a link to Ark's Twitch tomorrow. It will be live around, I think it's about 10 AM BST. So yeah, make sure you've got that in your diary. That's going to be it for today's video though. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.